Greetings YouTube and welcome back to my channel. It's day 5 of my tour, of the Grand Tour in Switzerland, and I'm in Chateau d'Oeuvre and I am going to head now for breakfast in Fribourg, which is apparently a stunning medieval town with over 200 Gothic facades and an incredible cathedral to go and check out. So that is my breakfast plans. If I can even get my boot on. It all feels a bit like hard work. And my riding gear from yesterday's downpour is still a bit soggy, but the sun is trying to shine. Let's have it. Beautiful. Well, yesterday was the only really bad weather that I've had on this tour so far. This is day 5. Had a bit in France on the way here, but that's to be expected, as we all know. And it's just been beautiful. It has been so lovely. It's been quite a whistle-stop tour, as I knew it always would be. The recommended amount of time to do it is 7 days for the I think it's 1700 kilometre round trip, and I had 7 days in total pretty much to get from the UK here and back, and that's their 7 days is based on 5 hours of driving or riding a day, and then getting out and doing lots of sightseeing. And for me, it's about the riding. Although I get out and see the odd thing, it is really about the riding. So I've been riding, getting on for 10 hours each day, and I feel I've got a real taste of parts of Switzerland that I wouldn't otherwise see. One more trip back. I am going to invariably have to cut out a bit, I think, so by taking the very wet rainy mountain pass I did yesterday, I skipped kind of a corner, I guess, just to make it work for me, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's all good. And now my bike, which is starting to look quite dirty, that seems to be its standard state of play, needs loading, and then breakfast awaits. I've definitely found the rhythm of the road now. It's a routine you get into. Hello, pussycat. Hello, pussycat, how are you? You want to be let in, don't you? But I can't let you in. Hello. Right, I'm going to enter Fribourg into the Nav 6 and see if it has any idea. 23 miles. It's 23 miles till breakfast. So I think what I will be finding today is I don't see many Grand Tour signs. There was one as I just approached this very charming house here in Chateau d'Oeuvre. Let's get the bike started. Let's saw the cat off. I saw one Grand Tour sign coming into the village, but I think now, looking at the map, I'm going to be going in the opposite direction to what's recommended, having cut off a corner. When I show you tonight on the map, it will all make sense. It will be as clear as mud. What a beautiful place to be. I wanted to stay in an old building like this, and now I have, and I can tell you, little bird's nests up there. I can tell you, they're very spacious, very cosy and lovely. Right, I'm in search of breakfast. And of course I might see something here, but I've kind of got Fribourg in my sights. It's 10:10, that's a fairly late start for me, but I wanted a nice relaxed start. Lovely little town. I'm sure I could get myself breakfast here. Maybe I should. Or maybe get to Fribourg. Ski info. So yet another ski resort that I'm at during summer. Well, it's not quite summer actually, to be fair. Spring. Yeah, it's all a bit quiet this morning. Fribourg is a bigger town, so I will head there. And it's only 35 miles. It said 23 a moment ago, I thought. Beautiful. Didn't really see much of that yesterday as I came in because it was so wet. I was just getting it done. Yeah, I want this to be my morning commute. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What a stunning place to live. I should imagine quite a harsh place to live in the winter, but in spring and summer, absolutely glorious. So yeah, Fribourg is in my sights for breakfast, but if I see something that looks really, really appealing, I may stop. Well, I think that looks like a pretty perfect place to stop. There's a table outside in the sunshine. I think I'll have a pastry and a coffee. And then I can have a second breakfast when I get to Fribourg, or I call it lunch, because I'm getting really hungry. Right, time for breakfast number one. Perfect start to the day. How lovely to just take a moment to sit and enjoy where you are. Be in the moment. I've just been saying bonjour to all the local people as they go in to get their bread in the morning. Everybody living their lives. Well, that was perfect. And then by the time I get to Fribourg, I would imagine I'll be ready for another coffee and another little something. I love days like this. It's suddenly opened up. I've left the mountains and the countryside is a lot flatter. Slowly working my way north. Just under 5 miles till I get to Fribourg. Right, I am 0.4 miles from the centre, so I think I may park up and just have a walk in. Have a look. There are motorcycle parking spaces here. That Yamaha's very nice. That is my plan. I don't know what this is, whether it's a custom build or what, but I like that a lot. XV950 apparently. I like this one too. I really like this one too. Half a mile from the cathedral, St Nicholas Cathedral, and the old town, and second breakfast. That looks like a cathedral to me. Apparently it's renowned for its stained glass windows, so I'll see if I can take a look. Well, Fribourg is beautiful. I'm just getting to the old part and away from the sprawling metropolis. That looks very similar to my first ever bike, but mine was a Gorelli and I loved it. I was 8. Would seem all the cathedrals I come to take a look at, Reims, St Quentin, here, Fribourg, they're all having work done. If they're up for sale with an estate agent, they'll be saying need of modernisation. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting inside to see the stained glass windows, which I can see from the outside, but obviously you need the light flooding in to appreciate them. Right, I think I'm going to try and find myself a nice cup of coffee and I'll sit and I'll just watch the world go by for a little while. This is a very relaxed touring day for me. That's good. That's good. I'm sort of formulating a plan, which I'll share with you when I get back to the bike. I'm going to get myself one of those steel cargo nets that I can lock to the bike though, and put my coat and everything in, because I'm warm again. I don't actually know how hot it is. I guess mid-20s. I don't know if you can see it down there, but there's another of those wonderful covered bridges. This is a bus going over it now. Should appear in a second. Maybe not. This is enchanting, it really is. Accompanied by birdsong too. I'm gonna regret it, I know. I can't stop myself. It looks too nice. It's the coming back up that's going to be the problem. It's always alright going down. Every time you round a corner, there's another beautiful fountain, a beautiful view. Beautiful old buildings. Many languages happening here at the same time. So glad I made the effort to come down though, because how could you not explore here? Absolutely enchanting. Just gorgeous. That is brave on those cobbles with those tiny wheels. Exactly the sort of thing I would have done when I was their age. Right, cafe is definitely required. Easy, easy. Wasn't hard work at all, promise. Right, there's definitely a coffee with my name on it. Of course, that's if I don't die before I get there. That's better. Yeah, I definitely want to get myself one of those steel cargo nets that I can lock the coat and the helmet and all manner of stuff to the bike with. It's a bit like all those other things though, heated gear for winter, better waterproofs, all that kind of stuff. It all costs money, doesn't it? And if I add it all up, that's the cost of a whole tour somewhere. And I invariably always end up going for the tour. Cappuccino.
Cappuccino, we have the best in town.
Perfect. It's getting warm. I can see her. Always a welcome sight. Right, I'll get myself sorted for the next destination. Okay, I have put my next waypoint into the sat-nav, into the nav 6, and it is Neuchâtel, which is on the lake Neuchâtel, which in old French means Newcastle. It says it's 28 miles away. I really am having a lazy day of touring today, and it's going to take me just over an hour. I obviously have the no motorway option selected on the nav 6. Fribourg was lovely. I liked it very, very much. When I get to Neuchâtel, I will think about eating something. I didn't have a second breakfast, I just had the best cappuccino in town as my waiter laid claim, and she wasn't wrong. So tonight's plan, I will spend a bit of time at Neuchâtel, and then I will start heading north towards Basel, and I will camp somewhere between Neuchâtel and Basel, I think. And then that will leave me tomorrow with a non-motorway selected option on the nav 6, getting my way across France to camp somewhere pleasant
within striking distance of Calais for my tunnel home, my train home in a couple of days' time. Now to get out of the city. People swimming in the lake. I would imagine that feels pretty cold. That was a boat, not me, by the way. I'm thinking somewhere around this marina or harbour, whatever you want to call it, is where I will find myself something to eat. Perfect. I'm sitting on the quay. I'm going to have a tofu vegetarian poke bowl, whatever that is, don't know. And I'm going to take my time and enjoy it. If I was stopping for the day, I'd have a nice cold lager, but I'm going to have a nice cold Coke as I'm still riding on. What is the time? It's 3:30 almost. I'm probably going to be an hour here. That's 4:30. I'll ride for a couple of hours. Wherever I end up in the direction of Basel is where I'm going to try and camp tonight. Perfect. Hello.
Hello again.
Hello. Could I have a Coca-Cola, please?
Sure.
And could I have the tofu bowl?
Oh, I'm afraid the kitchen is closed.
Kitchen's closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I do apologise.
Is there anything?
We do planchette apéro, which is cured meat.
I'm vegetarian.
Vegetarian, yeah. Fortunately, I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. In the afternoon, it's just a cured meat and
okay,
cheese.
No problem.
I got a pack of crisp, but that's not the best. Yeah, kitchen closed at 2 o'clock.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Not to worry, thank you. I'll find something.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I do apologise about that.
No problem. Thank you. That will teach me to be a vegetarian, won't it? Oh, the irony! It's not wasted on me. After going to several places, I couldn't get any food, veggie food, just cold meats. So I'm absolutely starving. That's not true. I'm not starving. I'm just really hungry. And in order to get something vegetarian, I've had to come here. I can't spend any more time looking. I'm just too ready to eat. So I've got a veggie plant-based Whopper coming, which is going to fill me up until I find something later, and then I'll work out where I'm going to go. The irony. Okay, moving swiftly on from lunch, which actually was alright. Well, at least I'm full. The next waypoint that I've entered into the Nav 6 is the Chaux de Fonds, which is a mere 13 miles away and will take half an hour. Now the map on the Grand Tour, which I'm kind of doing a segment in reverse now, shows a tunnel and a very squiggly road next to it. Now obviously I don't want the tunnel. Nav 6 is not giving me any option to not go in the tunnel, but I'm going to try and avoid that all by myself and work it out. Anyway, we'll see what we manage. I will work something out, I'm sure. The Chaux de Fonds is on the road. Signs are painted on the road, rather. So on the map it looked like a really squiggly little road to me, but it's actually a road of long sweeping corners and bends, which is actually probably more fun. I really like a road like this. I stopped and recharted my route again, and I'm heading for a little town called Saint-Ursanne, and it's apparently a very, very small little town, very medieval looking, on a river. It's also on the Grand Tour. It's one of the highlighted points for taking photos, etc. The nav 6 doesn't think it exists, and I managed to get it to believe that the small town prior to it exists, so that's what I've got dialed in. It says 26 miles and I'll arrive at 6:15. It's now 5:30, so I think there's another kind of 20 minutes after that. Once I get there, I'm looking for a campsite. I'd like to get the tent up while the sun's still out, get it to dry off a little bit if I possibly can, and then I'll be thinking about an evening meal of some description and having a relaxed evening camping before heading to France tomorrow via Basel, which will mark the end of my Grand Tour. Wow, I'm suddenly very high. Looks like I'm at the top of a gorge. Wasn't expecting this. It's quite spectacular. Hopefully it will clear and you'll be able to see. I just had a glimpse. This is my kind of road. Beautiful. What a beautiful evening. It's 6 o'clock and there's still warmth, although it's 16.5 degrees now, but I can still feel the warmth of the sun. The sky is blue. Hopefully I'll find a campsite. I'm kind of looking out for one at any point. As soon as I see one, I think I'll go for it. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. Just when I thought the landscape was calming down a bit, Switzerland delivers yet again. It is such a fantastic evening. Everywhere smells so fresh again. I'm not suffering with my hay fever too badly today. It's probably because I've not done as many miles. Not forced so much pollen into my face. What a gem of a little bit of an area. Now, the tour map described this as a very picturesque little town. It's not wrong. Look at that, my friends. I'll just stay here. If I can find a campsite nearby, I will be checking this out either this evening or in the morning. Maybe the campsite's down here. Beautiful. Well, no idea whether this is the one that I saw on the sign, but 5.7 kilometres away, 8 minutes, there is a campsite. I am going to try it and see if I'm in luck. Down there, further, Camping Tarish, I believe. And it says it's open. I'm going to try there. I really want to stay here. If not, I'm going to be finding a hedge to sleep under. Well, if I can't check in and there's spaces, I'm just putting my tent up and then I'll pay them in the morning, and I'll keep my fingers crossed they take cards or contactless something or other, because I don't have any more Swiss francs on me. This apparently, I think, is by a lake. If what I just read on Google is correct, or I'm remembering correctly. I get very confused. I look at so many things. Certainly a river to my right. Looks promising. Well, result with a capital R. I'm going to be camped right down by the river, pay them in the morning, with toilets, showers. Don't know how much it's going to cost, but fingers crossed it's not too expensive. Let's get set up for the night, and thank goodness I've got a tent that I can put up in 2 seconds. Get a load of this. Toilets and stuff over there. Fellow motorcyclists waiting to set up camp. Oh, that's a bit squidgy. I'm sure. Here's going to do nicely, thank you very much. I will be getting out my little stand support. What a beautiful place to be. And that lovely picturesque village just down the road is where I intend to get breakfast. Happy days. I have made camp for the night. Let me go and show you the river. How beautiful is that? I think I've struck gold with this campsite. It's awesome. Right, I'll show you where I've been on the map today. So if you remember in the last episode, in the rain I cut across here to end up in Chateau de... Well, I didn't camp at all where I had that marvellous Airbnb, and today what I've done is I've ridden up here to Fribourg, where I had the best cappuccino in town. That was official.
I then need to turn over the map. And then from Fribourg, I've made my way along here to Neuchâtel, where apparently the only vegetarian food you can eat after 2:30 in the afternoon is from Burger King. It was actually pretty good, to be fair. I then managed to avoid the tunnel and do the twisty sweeping road to Le Chaux de Fonds. And then what I've done now is I've worked my way up here, up here, up here, up here. I am now at Saint-Ursanne. I think that's it. At this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful campsite. And Saint-Ursanne looks the most picturesque, picture perfect place to have breakfast tomorrow morning. I've just looked at the forecast, 50% chance of rain by 10 o'clock, so I've set my alarm for 7:30. I want to be up and packed away, relatively dry, and then wrapped up probably in my rubber romper suit having breakfast. And then tomorrow, lazy day, meandering along here to Basel, where I will probably stop and have a coffee and then work my way back across France, avoiding motorways because I've got time to do so I can make more of a scenic route of my trip through France. Now, as a bit of an overview, I can show you here, and I'll show you on the last episode as well, but this is what I've done. So this is Switzerland. This red route here is the Grand Tour with these branches coming off, and I started in Zurich. So I started in Zurich, I worked my way around here, round here, round here, round here, round here. I haven't got time. This is where I've cut across. I didn't have time to do that back to Zurich, so what I've done is I've cut across, and I'm going to come up here where I already am. In fact, I'm about here, and then out to Basel. So for me it has been Zurich and round, cheeky little cut across, Basel and out. I will give you in the very last episode, which is 2 episodes away, I will give you my top tips for doing the Grand Tour. I have been assembling them in my mind, making a mental note. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's been a very relaxed, by my standards, touring day. I've probably only done 120 miles, something like that, I don't know. But I've drunk lots of coffee, very nice. If you did like it, please give it a like. That helps. Please comment, that also helps. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, that really helps. Somehow the adventures will keep rolling. Until tomorrow morning, bye bye.